wait until Kathleen, you'll need to wait till others in here. If I have to leave, I'll have to shut the door, so they should be in here.
Okay.
Initial course. Too much.
Tracy's trying to get her, it's just not here. She had 4 inches. And then another lady, that was, on Sewage, at Crosby's, just across the old railroad tracks. She said she had 3 something. I know, we only have like an inch and a half. Very detrimental.
It came hard fast. There were workshops in places where I didn't feel there should be workshops. Or wouldn't. We're out trying to fix it today.
That would be my luck.
Good morning. We're gonna start getting you guys a card.
Might have to. Start your day. Start your day.
Ooh,
On.
As far as I know.
of course, I know, we haven't told you. Check back.
Give me minutes.
Yeah. Hi, Todd. Hi.
What do you guys want to do?
My guess, I have a.
Okay.
What do you guys want to approve that for the board that you want us to? She has to. Okay, I just got that this afternoon. Good morning. We get one crap out of your way. That's your time. Favorite time of the year.
Election.
That's my second favorite time of the year. I need to have you sign that. You okay that we didn't sign it?
Huh?
You okay that you didn't sign it? Yes. Sweet, to your point. Just wanna make sure that-
Thank you.
Mhm. Cooler this morning.
Did you have a good weekend?
It's fine. How about you?
Yeah, good.
Do a lot of work.
Lots of family. Hanging out. Ate way too much food. But, good. All right, I've got 9 o'clock, call the meeting to order. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Um, So Bailey Parker is a new hire.
She was an intern here. She did her internship.
She's replacing the gal that's leaving. Okay. That motion to approve. Hire.
Make a motion to approve Bailey Baker as the,
Baker, I said Parker, didn't I?
it's Baker as Assistant County Attorney, full-time.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
She's-
Take motion to approve that.
So we have a motion for basic cleaning services that we will not be using their services next year due to budget constraints.
I'll second that, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
And we have a motion, developmental services of Jackson County, that we will not be using their services next year due to budget constraints.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Dave. What's going on? How are you? Good. We're going to talk about budget, what's that? Okay. We talked last week, we had a work session, just wanted to visit with you about, you've got yourself and 4 other employees. We've got a $51,000, basically $51,047 increase in your budget. And so it was a kind of general consensus of this group that we have a conversation about reducing that. And what would it look like? Again, this conversation, what would it look like when we time in anytime, Linda, if we moved you back to just yourself and 3 employees, which gives you a total of 4, and what that would look like. Now that zoning is not in that office, and how that would all look at. We're just trying to look at, we're going to have to do a reduction in force in some other departments because of budget constraints. So just trying to have a conversation.
The problem with reducing staff is that now I feel like we have people to cover all of those areas, so there's not a huge burden on the rest of us to get things done and then having to push some things back. Analysis has been a hard thing for me to get started in a timely manner because of all the workload that has to be caught up on, which I need to have more time too to focus on getting like some deeper dives into studies, market studies and all that. I mean, the ratios kind of are showing that decline. I don't see that would be feasible with the amount of, and you say taking the zoning off, the zoning took the burden off of me by having someone else do it. And that was not necessarily my choice to have an entire another department.
Yeah.
It was get somebody else in the office that can help with that and just do that. I just don't see that we're going to be right back in the same situation. We're going to be constantly struggling, trying to keep our head above water.
So if you're handling analysis and all that, what's Jamie doing?
She is learning that. So I'm going to have to be teaching her to do that. So she has to have so many hours of experience prior to getting an RMA. So it's not just me giving that to her. It's the 2 of us working together in that. Maybe in the next, after she gets her RMA, that she can take over all of that analysis, but that's not going to be.
Because when do you think she's going to get that? And that's
Well,
going to include a raise, correct?
She was due to get her RMA probably in 27, and which now she can extend her classes and not worry about that if you're not giving step raises. So.
Questions, Linda?
So what did the other 3 in your office do?
So we all cross-trained. We're all learning to do everybody else's job. So Kaylee's primary focus, last year she went out with Justin to do data collection. So this year she is doing data collection with Carrie, and then data collection with Amanda, and then Amanda and Carrie are going out and they're finishing up the 17%. Kaylee is doing oversight with them. She's doing quality control with them, which, you know, we still have to do quality control on Kaylee's because she's still new in the data collection. So she does personal property, and then we're working her into, you know, looking at sales files and all of that too. So,
Personal property's kind of been cut back, right? Personal property's kind of cut back, so it's much.
oh yeah, not as much, but she still has reports and stuff to do on Mondays, and still people come in with heavy trucks.
But they don't have to wait on the counter for any zoning and stuff anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
That's helped. We still have to process all the permits, so she does the permit processing to get it into our system so we can go out in the fall to do the data collection on those. So she still has all that Orion input to do.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out where we come up with the money at.
And I talked with Christy about some of the line item, which, I mean, we're just talking like 1,000 here, 1,000 there on some of those things. But, some of those may be a shortfall.
We did cut a little bit more on our budget on Friday.
Say that again.
We did cut a little more on our budget on Friday. Top.
So are you planning on just sending out your people to do the appraisal work then?
So then again,
So instead of having like the
Lot.
flyover, are you gonna just have your people do the appraisal?
so last year I sent Keely out with Justin, because there needs to be two people going out. Two sets of eyes is, far better. The quality gets better when we have two people doing the collection and the entry part of that information. So hence the importance of having two people out doing that. The quality of the data will go up. And the workload will not be as much, so the quality is going to improve because of that too.
Why does the quality
Why does the quality
go
now?
up? Yeah.
Okay, so if you have stacks and stacks of properties to go through, and you only have one person doing it, the error rate goes up because they're trying to get through it. Because it's not just 17% that we have to do the new construction and the permits that we have to collect and sales as well. So if you have just one person doing that, things get overlooked. It's all about having the most accurate information when I'm doing it.
Sure. And we kind of talked about this a little bit last year or this year, but in the past about that and being able to trust individuals by themselves. I get the whole safety piece of it and having two people there and that type of thing. So time frame when they go out and start doing their data collection, what are we looking at time frame wise?
So when do they start 17%?
Yeah.
January and February are setting up the 17%. So we'll print off the PRCs, we'll organize them. Someone will print off maps to those areas and do site plans, like properties that have more than, say, 5 buildings. They'll go online and do a map of where those buildings are, so when they go out on the property, they're more efficient than just trying to figure out what all the buildings are.
Right.
So that's like a 2-month process, and then trying to get them out in March, sometimes it gets pushed back depending on what else is going on in the year. Sometimes we have commercial sheets that we send out to people, and there's an influx of those. Sometimes we send out, like this year was 2-year ag checks that we send out, so we get an influx of those. So 17% may not start until April. And then they'll go out spring, summer, and try and wrap it up And wrapping it up is also the quality control. So there may be things that like JD and I will find in quality control checks. Then we'll have to send them back out on the property because the picture of the back of the house or the front of the house didn't come out, or they missed this property or that. So they'll have to go back out on the stack. They'll wrap up with that by mid to late August. And then by September, they're going out on the new construction, which is where the new house is, where they take pictures and measure and get all the components for that house. And that usually takes 2 weeks, sometimes 3, depending on the weather and all that. And then they'll do the building permits for the rest of the year. And we really are pushing it, depending on how many permits we have to get all of those in by December 31st.
So that, starting in April, 3-month process, is that every day, Monday through Friday, they're out collecting data? Or
they'll go-
is there flexibility within that where one day they may and one day they may not?
Well, it depends on the weather, but there's like a huge list of things to do that if they can't go out, then they have this to do. So they'll check the MLS list to see if there are any new properties for sale. Like I said, they'll do the not tax when tagged report and finish up on the personal property that came in from the week before. Fridays they typically go out on sales. So yeah, there's plenty of activity.
What would it look like if that was a part-time job? That 5th person was a part-time job, 20 to 25 hours a week. Or, and Mary, if somebody's working 40 hours a week for less than a period of 6 months or whatever, would that still be considered? Are we calculating over a year's time to make them not eligible for benefits, but just part-time? Is it accumulated hours over the entire year, or is it by week? So in other words, if we were to hire somebody part-time, but for that April, May, June, July, August period, they work 40
So you're
hours
looking
a
at
week.
being seasonal. Seasonal would take benefits out of it. So
Okay, thank you.
the capers can still come into play if they're going to be working over 1,000 hours in a year.
Okay.
It's really not a seasonal thing, in my opinion. Trying to train somebody part-time and keeping that person to do that job, they tried hiring high school students and part-timers at one point, and it did not work out. You spend all of this time in training
Yeah.
on a person, and that takes a lot of time to train somebody in that office to do that job. Because it's not just okay, you're going out and you're just taking pictures. You have to know codes, you have to know the process. I don't see that that's feasible. That happens, we'll probably go through a lot of people.
So in your budget, what's the $10,000 for survey and mapping?
So that got reduced.
I haven't given them the copies yet.
It's $10,000 in there, it says survey and mapping, I was just curious.
That's the stand map, so that is our aerial map that is on the website. So that's for any ag changes that happen, any splits that happen. They do our mapping, that's our GIS mapping.
Yeah. The one we can pull up from the,
Yes.
anybody can pull up from the
Yes.
county website. Okay.
Do not throw away, not just leave them to share, because we have to go over those.
Do their copies have the new numbers?
Yes.
Okay.
And last year it came in like 9,600 something. So I wanted to make sure that that was covered, because it's been like that for a number of years, and
Okay. I don't think I have any other questions. I just want to have a conversation. A lot of these decisions aren't easy, but got a lot of stuff.
Because that that last position wasn't budgeted for. Right. Before, I'm sure.
Well, the zoning wasn't budgeted either. And I needed the person before that happened. And that happened before the zoning.
But I think the zoning's been good.
It hasn't.
Before we make that decision, we'll have to work out if we decide to do something on that. Thank you. Down. Joe, how are you? Come on.
Bother you guys for a minute. I need you to sign off on the disaster declaration for us. They usually take the
Oh, I'm
chairman,
sorry.
but the chairman's not here right now. That's yes, I want both of your signatures down here. I want it dated to
Okay.
June 4th and numbered, and then I'll get it sent to the state.
Okay.
Thank you.
How are you, Dick?
Oh.
Oh.
Thank you. This is
This is.
yeah.
Oh, gee, thanks. I had a lady come in this morning, she lives over at Sewage. This is her address. She said the road is no longer a road, they're not using it to get the full day, it's a functional driveway. She went up to okay. She didn't have a phone number you could reach her. I just told her to call her.
This is yes. This.
Go ahead. You're up.
Okay.
What you got going on today?
Our budget, our rock budget is 344,140.56. Hopefully we get some of that back with our disaster relief in FEMA. So, good.
Good.
Good. Go on, something else.
Well, I was just going to ask, did you have a chance to put together some documents and talk to
We have not talked to the conservation people yet.
Okay.
I have their contact information.
Okay.
And, we got a meeting with Pat
Oh, okay, good.
on Wednesday.
Okay.
So we're checking all those boxes first.
Okay.
And then it was my intention to talk to you guys. Well, I intended to talk to them last week, and then I got sick.
Yeah.
And then so this week I but we talked to Pat Corti on Wednesday. She gave us all our dots and and T's across, so that should be prepared and sent up like the first draft for them today, tomorrow. And then we can talk to the conservation people.
What else you got?
So, you know how our guys are out fair patching on, they hit up double highway. So that Vero patcher is pretty bad on your clothes, like your boots and your pants. I know we have a stipend that we give to our maintenance guys for that same reason. And I know this is also a slippery slope. If we do this for one, everyone thinks they deserve it. But to me, this one is valid. It wouldn't be a yearly thing like we do with maintenance, but like a quarterly. Because we used to have a food allowance, and I guess they voted against it. I don't understand that whole process yet. But, I was thinking a quarterly.
So let's address the boot allowance. We still have.
We have that in our policy.
Road and bridges never had it, it's never been required. They have steel-toe shoes, so they were never,
But we gave them allowance to purchase.
No, I don't think so.
because it was never made required for road and bridge. It was required for landfill, so they get
That's
reimbursement.
right. Thank you.
So it's never taken away from them, they've never had it.
They've never
Yeah.
had it.
I miss.
That's okay.
Because I don't understand it either, so. But, for the Durapatcher people, and we do something similar with, you might know too, for their boots and pants, like a quarterly stipend type of thing, or whatever.
And we're doing that, we're doing a stipend for
Mechanics.
mechanics.
It would be 2 people.
Okay.
You say quarterly, you mean 4 times a year, or you mean in 1 quarter we give them a stipend for this type of,
What? So,
this
are you-
type of work?
Are you asking for the 2 that I'm requesting? Yeah, it would just be 1 quarter. is what I'm
Just 1
saying.
quarter, once a year,
Right.
time here they're doing patching for them to be able to get.
So-
It's like a boot and pant, basically.
Yeah, so maybe we just purchase them, whoever that is, those 2 individuals are. Is it rubber boots that work better, or, I mean, it seems silly to run a pair of good leather boots. I mean, do they wear rubber boots when they're doing this?
They just wear their regular clothing.
I'm just thinking.
It's on the, I can look at too,
Yeah, can we get something that is
but they use that time of year.
universal so that, you know, like concrete guys go out to pour concrete, they pull their rubber boots out.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, let's do some research as opposed to them just going out and buying $60 Wranglers to go get messy. Can we purchase something? You know, mechanics used to wear the 1-piece overalls that kept them from getting greasy, and they would get rid of those. So it's done. So let's do a little bit of research on what they would need, and then I don't have a problem with doing a stipend for those 2 individuals that are running that to either one of 2 things, either to protect the clothing that they wear or to purchase them clothing to wear when they do that.
Yeah, it's really seasonal. They don't
Yeah.
get all year.
Right.
Which you guys know that, but.
Why don't you do a little bit of research and let us know.
Thank you. We met with Cintas Thursday, not for clothing or anything, but for the eye wash stations, because that was one of the things on our list that we got deemed on. They're supposed to send us, a bill, or not a bill, but like an estimate of what it would cost for the wash station. We get one for our place and one for down here.
And you might check, instead of purchasing through Cintas, if you go through Rangers and just purchase it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know, but we had the eye wash station, it just wasn't strong enough. We had the temporary ones, but it has to flow 15 minutes continuous, and those don't meet that criteria for the device.
I don't know, Pat does any of that. I don't know that he has any thoughts on any of that kind of stuff here in the courthouse.
I don't think we know anything like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ranger may be an option,
Yeah,
but not just kind of cutting out the middleman. Just a thought.
that's one we're gonna look at.
Yeah.
We met Byron this morning, that was the other major hit for the safety thing. Pat took that on himself and arranged out, so Byron came out and
Oh, the wiring, yeah.
spoke on those wire, so they're gonna send us an estimate for that. So,
Okay.
They, to me, with the safety, we're something we have to do it. I'll still provide the estimate for this.
Okay.
Well, Bugsy County is doing a permadesign on their roads for July 7th. We're gonna talk to the vendor and talk to them and probably go look at it.
Okay.
They also contacted me a couple of weeks ago, and they wanted to talk to you and propose something. Definitely would be this this year. So we get to do it.
That's unfortunate.
The product is good, and I think it would pay for itself over time, but it's not cheap. So, pay for it now, pay for it later kind of things.
Yeah.
So the time card thing started today. For the first day, it went pretty well. Some of the supervisors messed it up. I was over talking to fire first thing in the morning and I missed it, so I'm at 0% so far. But they're doing pretty good. I was really surprised because they bucked it at the beginning. But the ones that I thought would be the worst were the ones right on time. Peyton is trying to take the CDL test today, or not today, Friday.
Yeah.
And that paperwork, I think a guy from West is gonna do it for them.
Okay.
But if not, can we still?
Yeah, let me know. Just needed it, a couple days in advance.
Okay. And do the people that do it provide the paperwork?
All I would need is name, driver's license number, date of birth. Just everything on it. And then I go into the federal database and put that information in. Okay?
So I gotta get with Steve Allen still. But tomorrow we're gonna go to Denison, and it's actually in town, but we're gonna collaborate and help them. They've got some erosion problems right off the highway, and it's on the road. But we're gonna team up. We're gonna provide equipment, and he's gonna provide the materials. We're gonna help Denison. That's probably gonna be tomorrow. It'll be this week. What his intention was. Tomorrow works best for us. So the mass guys are doing backfilling and concrete at W4 this week. Well, the concrete will be the vendors. And these guys they're still digging out long jams all out. And then walk area.
Yeah, and I noticed there was quite a few washouts down south end again. It was not big, but enough that I saw news was out already this morning hitting some of those, so I appreciate that he's on top of that.
It's been very wet June.
Yeah. I did get a phone call just while we're on that subject, 158 east of T Road. Whose area is that now? Is that
158 east of T. That should be great.
okay? Just have him really focus on 158, pay attention to it because of the amount of traffic that runs up and down that road. But I've got a couple of calls, some washouts. It's been 3 weeks and wondered why nobody's hit those. So I emphasize that with him.
Yeah, well, 158 is definitely one of the highest roads in that area. So
It is.
it gets hit regularly, but it's hard to stay on top of that road too.
Yeah, and he might just spend a little extra time if there's some things that will help that preventive maintenance in the future. Spend a little time, getting those shoulders near the creeks knocked off so the water flows where it's supposed to. So, thank you.
I'm going to put a tube in at 286 W, or west of, 286 west of it.
West of him.
Yes, on the trail. Bryson's going to be doing maintenance for landfill this week. Mostly the guys at the actual landfill. All changes in the routine.
All the equipment out there.
Yeah, you're going to try and hit today, tomorrow when it's not open really. We got a bunch of oil changes, like me and Matt's truck, and so the rain days we can knock it out first, hopefully.
Yeah.
Or anything else coming up. Parts for the John Deere are ready. We're going to pick them up. And then we're still waiting on the estimate from an actual wasn't that one that we gave you this generic in the time that we can do it in force. So that's all I got. I mean, things are getting finished with that FEMA stuff and talking to the conservation guys. There's still a lot of work out at Walko. We're trying not to run through our budget real hot, but there's still some spots that they need some love. But we're trying to balance it as much as we can. We're going through a whole
It is what it is.
lot of our budget in a short amount of time. Hopefully, FEMA will wrap this up and get some of it.
Yeah, I think we'd be interested to know what you find out if you have that conversation this week. If they are able to determine some of these projects would be eligible, you can email us and let us know. It'd be interesting to know how that plays out. So, do you have anything, concerns? Is that everything? That, as far as road and bridge, and then we can move into budget.
I forgot we were going to help Darlene with her. We're going to help her when all that gets figured out.
Okay.
We've already discussed it.
Oh.
We're happy to help her. So.
Okay. This is with the project.
With their.
We're going up the elevation, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The what?
the one with the elevation stuff with B&G that we're working on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's gonna be like September.
So you'll send somebody down to get the dirt work done and do that. So that'll be good.
Whatever she needs.
Okay. Very cool. Budget. Do you have your information with you?
Not know where to start.
Okay.
I could.
Well, yeah. Basically, we just have some stuff we can go through and Chris can sit there. I'm going to review through my questions here that.
I'm sure you can understand all the
Unfortunately, I do.
Okay, there's, well, I'm just gonna dive in on the hardest one first. More than likely, there's probably gonna be a reduction in force. Probably a road and bridge. Possibly another department, but we've just gotta figure out, where our money's coming from to handle all this. I know we've talked about we're not gonna replace the one truck driver position. Scott's job, obviously we're not taking that percentage, that's gone out of your budget. But I think we just gotta have a real conversation about, a reduction in force out there. And I know that's not easy, but if you and Matt have a conversation, obviously we're not going to reduce the amount of road graders that we have on the road. We can't do that. But is there a position that you can see moving forward? And I don't want names. That's not what I'm looking for. You have the ability, we have the ability, the way I understand it, Mary, you correct me, in a reduction in force, that employee could just be chosen. It doesn't, we don't have a union, we don't have a contract, we don't, therefore seniority doesn't come into play, none of those types of things come into play. So I think it can be an opportunity for you to look at employees who maybe aren't performing well. I've always said that if you have a group of employees, you get rid of your weakest link every year, the lowest performer, and that's going to help elevate the other employees. But So I want you to think about that and have a conversation. Christie, were there some other areas?
We were gonna ask some about blades, weren't we? Like,
Oh, the printer blades. I guess how many you have, and then we budgeted $12,000 to $15,000 for more grater blades, but we only spent in '25. I don't think we spent the entire budget, right?
we spend much longer. Maybe not.
So grater blades, the other thing we're looking at possibly doing, I want your opinion on this, but we could take potentially the dust control budget and not do any dust control from the county. In other words, paid for by taxpayers. We'll continue to do the homeowner business if they want to reimburse the county. But that's 200,000, I think. Correct. 200,000 that we could put back into your rock budget, potentially, and not do the dust control. Do you see that having more rock would be a higher priority than doing dust control at this point in time?
I think you could go a year with skipping dust control because you've done it 5 or 6 years consecutive now. I mean, they say not to do that, but I think there's enough for us to do that it lasts a year. I don't know,
So, you know, one of the roads I think about, I know there are several that the county does, but one of them that comes to mind would be that 9 miles of U4 road. We spent a lot of money putting gravel on it, rebuilding it. Do you think there's some value in going, okay, we're not going to do U4 road in '27, but what you would do is send a crew out, they're going to blade it, shape it, wet it, and roll it, and then walk away from it and see how it does. Is that a possibility?
We spent around 2,000 on blades. 2,000.
We spent 2,025 on blades, so is it 12,000 we have budgeted? 15. Do you think that's, I mean, do you know what your inventory is? Off the top of your
We
head?
have some late on hand. I don't know how fast they go through, and I think it really depends on the season and the year, how it shapes up too. And it's, if it was a dry year, then you might go through more.
Okay. Would you maybe do it, talk to Bryson, do an inventory, see maybe how many you've gone through to date? We're halfway through the year, so see what you've gone through to date. If you think you have enough to get through the end of the year, do you need to purchase more for '27? Do you have that? Yes.
What is hauling rock?
So that was budgeted for years ago, probably 5 years ago. When, we were hired like Bettis, when we were doing some of these big projects, we would hire their belly dumps to come in, haul from A to B.
And we have 15,000 budgeted in 25, and we only spent 1,350 of that.
I think we could eliminate that.
Yeah, I thought we took that.
Did.
Okay,
Can we take that?
yeah, we took
That's
that out.
0 for 2027.
We got zero.
Is it still on this year?
It's on the sheet, but, I mean, they have requests, but then we have zeros, granted, 2027 zeros. We took it out,
Oh, yeah.
sorry, yep, we took it out.
Okay. tire repair. We've got 72,850 budgeted for 27. Do you think if we reduce that down by 20,000, isn't that what you have that showing, that we reduce it by 20?
Down to 52, yeah.
They spent about 50,000 in 25.
What's your main, is it the dump trucks or is it the graders that you're, or do you now, or both?
I mean, is it possible to really bid for it, because, it's depending on what's on the road.
Yeah.
It's by chance, sometimes we go a month without changing the tires, sometimes we'll change it for a week.
Okay.
And then, you can get a lot of pickup tires just for one grader tire.
I know. Expensive. Well, have a conversation with Bryson on the tires, see what he would be comfortable reducing that down. Well, because some of that comes into play, or what comes into play is what we have in inventory already. And then also the dust control piece, whether we look at cutting that back, maybe we, can we peel 100,000 out of that, put it into the rock, and still eliminate $100,000 completely out of the budget, or use a quarter rate, or do we just, like I said, grade it, scarify it, bring it back to grade, wet it, and spend some time rolling it to see how it reacts to that. That'd be a possibility. Signs, I had signs down also that, I know we had $19,000. I think we were looking at reducing that back down to 12. Because we had a large need for all those minimum maintenance signs to be purchased, but now is it year to date, what have we spent? 25 basically, what have we spent? Sorry.
$10,000.
So I think we could probably get by with 12.
You need a huge book
Yeah.
that years all together.
I have to like guitars.
I know.
You said 20K on the tires?
We reduce it by 20,000. So down to 70, or 52, 52,
Did you have a number in mind for the grader?
for the blades.
It's got 15,000.
Yeah, can you give a, 15,000, what is budgeted every year, but do we need 15,000? Can you get enough blades to operate a year with 10,000? Are we rolling 5,000 into capital outlay every year? So, check on that.
Would you want our employee salary to be number? We're talking about the employees.
I think we talked about, the conversation was 1, possibly 2.
So what number are you gonna hit?
Well, number-wise, we're not. I mean,
And I think you said something about the office too.
Yes, so for 2027, we're gonna eliminate that. We have had the conversation about eliminating that part-time position, and just go with one full-time position. So I'm not personally looking for a number. I'm looking for, again, weakest link, force production, whatever, however you want to look at that. It's just a reduction in force. And so, you know, like if I'm looking at it, you're not looking at your blade operators probably because, you know, you got to have them. But where can you find someone that you can reduce? And probably more than likely it's going to be 2 positions. It's just where we're at. And just so you understand, we just had a conversation with the appraiser's office about doing that reduction in force in her office also. It's not just one department.
So this is for 2027, right?
Right.
So people retire and actually,
That's a possibility. So if you have somebody, if you have these conversations and somebody's looking to retire, we have also had the conversation about maybe doing a bonus if you're close and you want to go ahead and retire. We could I don't know their buyout, because that, to me, a buyout, Todd, you help me with this, that says that if I've got 6 years left to go to get to my retirement, I'm buying you out, I'm helping you get to that 6 years. I'm saying a monetary bonus to go ahead and pull the trigger if you're eligible.
It's severance.
Severance.
There you go.
Thank you.
So it doesn't have any retirement insurance.
Just a severance to go ahead, if you have somebody that's eligible for retirement and they want to do that, and this helps them pull the trigger, we give them a severance to go ahead at the end of the year, and then we just choose not to fill that position again. But what that type of scenario, if there's a couple people that are close and what they end up retiring, it gives you the flexibility to either fill that position or to not fill that position by moving people around. You're still going to be down to employees, but it gives you that flexibility. And I don't have a dollar amount. We have not discussed the dollar amount that we would do. So I don't know what that would be. Okay? Whether we got thoughts or looking back at the notes here. One of the other things, and we'll give this to all departments and all employees at some point, but the conversation has also been to charge single family or single insurance policy holders the max that we're allowed to. And Mary was coming up with that number, but we're going to have to. We just don't have any choice. 23% increase, 22%, we think could be for the year for health insurance, somewhere in that range. We have not gotten it official, but a lot of school districts, they're looking at 22, 23, 24% increase. So that individual is going to have to, instead of paying zero, is going to have to pay something. It is what it is, right? So that was one other thing that we talked about. So, not good news, but not horrible news. Good news.
good awareness.
again, that doesn't mean that 2-3 years down the road, things don't change. And
Just a couple of ways, which
easy. Anything else, Mary, or Christie, that I'm missing, forgetting? That's all I have in my notes, what we talked about. Any other questions for us, Joe?
No, I think that was everything.
Okay.
I know, like, we're the highest source recognized department, numbers and money and everything. We're not cheap.
No.
Fixing roads isn't cheap.
No, it isn't. It isn't, and it takes a large workforce, and these aren't easy decisions. But, you know. And I hope that employees will understand and don't have an attitude of, because we're not going to be able to give raises again this year, and I hope employees understand, okay, look, I know I'm not getting a cost of living allowance, but the county is eating some of the increase in health insurance, and they do have health insurance. They do pay into capers for it. So I hope the production attitudes stay good, and production doesn't go down just because of that, in spite of it. You know what I mean? We don't like to have to do this, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks. Appreciate you coming in. Darlene, see, Joe, Darlene, come on. You want to talk budget too? Never mind.
No, I'm not ready for that.
I'm just kidding. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, I'm back again because of my overhead doors.
No.
Try to save money or just to try to repair them.
Okay.
But you guys approved A1 allowance to come and repair them, but they ordered everything
Uh-huh.
and they come in to fix it and they realize that the doors, the company said they're sorry they made a mistake, that the doors we have are discontinued
Okay.
and the panels they ordered is not the right
They're
ones.
not compatible with what we already have.
Right, and they found out the doors we have, and both of them are discontinued. So they gave me an estimate of 2 new doors.
Okay.
Since they did an error on this here, they discontinued their labor. They took off $475.
Okay.
Is what they did. But this is what the total they're looking at as for 2 new doors.
Those are 15, 6, 11, those big doors.
Yeah.
It really sounds pretty reasonable.
And see, for just repairing, it was, $2,750.
Yeah.
So it's basically $3,500 difference.
This is just one door.
Those are 2 doors, both doors.
Just guarantee on it?
Yes, they're guaranteed on there,
Oh.
and exactly the same kind of doors we have right now.
You have enough in your capital outlay?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I would entertain a motion to approve it. I think that's fairly reasonable, and it sounds like they're trying to work with us since they didn't get the right, or weren't able to get the right panels. So,
They really are. So,
So I'll make a motion to approve A1 Alliance, garage doors for the weed department.
yeah, and I just,
yeah,
Okay,
I'll second that.
$6,250.
I'll second that. It's been moved and seconded to approve the garage door bid. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. All right.
That's all I have.
And you have
That's your copy.
Okay. And you need a PO?
Thank you.
Or do you need a purchase on that? Do you want to fill that out while you're there?
Purchase order.
Purchase order?
Clerk's office?
Okay, here.
I'm heading that way. I will do that then.
Thanks, Darlene. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
thanks.
Yeah, see you. Todd, you're up.
All right.
I'm sorry, you get something else before we move on?
He signed it, so.
Oh,
I'll get it back.
Joe needed it. Yeah,
Joe.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Linda. The, moving the,
Yes.
Do you want a copy of the bid?
I don't need one. Thank you, unless Linda does. You might throw one up for Mark, just so he can see it.
That's what that quarter is from his last year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, if you have copies for Mark, that way he's got it.
Call Lisa real quick. We want to talk about this properties.
Hey, is this a- Would you come join us downstairs, please? It's funny.
Ready now?
Sure.
Okay, we can start out with the question about the duty that the county has as far as control of sewage and
Right.
et cetera. There isn't any statute that says this county must regulate. I think the trick is that kind of regardless of whether the county does it or not, individuals are still required to comply with state law and most of the regulation about solid waste disposal.
Okay.
They have to, kind of whether you guys enforce it, KDHE would enforce it. Now, whether KDHE would go to that level and do anything is the question, because it looks like the search said that there were 103 counties in the state that have their own system, maintenance, regulatory system, as opposed to 109 counties in the state, so we're talking about 26 that are on their own.
Can that be, so if there's a violation, we'll work from that side. So Johnny calls about Susie's property that sewage is running out across onto his property. And he calls KDHE, will they respond?
Well, right now they'd say, well, you need to check. They probably have a line to, or it's Kansas, and they were called in. But
Okay. So if they call Northeast Kansas Environmental, but we're not supplementing their pay, can't that individual, and if we keep our regulations the way they are, can't that individual just then be charged to have them they would be required to pay the fee to Northeast Kansas Environmental?
Yeah, I might get theory here.
Well, so if an individual is selling their property and the bank requires that somebody come do an inspection.
Okay.
Right now, Northeast Kansas Environmental goes and does that. They do charge the individual some, but whatever they have to raise their rates to offset that $10,000 supplement that we pay them, the individual's just going to have to pay that.
Yeah, and I think the answer would be, is there any difference if you didn't have Northeast Kansas? The answer would not change, because the regulations, and I think the meat and potatoes of what they have to do on the property is regulated by, it's called Bulletin 4.2, which is, essentially everybody looks to that as far as, kind of what you're actually building. Northeast Kansas doesn't have really its own set of mechanical regulations about wastewater. They just have, we're enforcing Bulletin 4.2, and therefore this is how the process works. So, if they went away tomorrow, inspection would probably still be needed, and the standard would change. Right? Because the homeowner and the realtor would say, the buyer would say, I want this thing to be clear under the applicable regulations that we have. And that would be, they just look to the state. Now, I think what lacking in that circumstances is the day-to-day stuff. Somebody say, the neighbor has neglected their system and it fills up or whatever, and it's not being drained properly or whatever, and then, there's not a sale or some kind of exchange going on. How does that gain you get KDEG out here and do something about it? I don't think that's
Probably not going to.
yeah, or it's not going to happen with what would be probably the dispatch that the local agency would be.
And in the same sense, okay, so if new construction, it's a lateral field or lagoon, that individual is going to be responsible for building that based on the specifications given by the county, and then an inspection done at their cost, saying that it was done correctly.
Yeah, but in reality, what they're doing is saying you're complying with state law on this, because I don't think necessarily Northeast Kansas has anything extra.
Right.
They don't have their own
Right.
more rigid setup, so I mean, it's just there's some of a path through, but if you don't have that, then you probably don't have that day-to-day regulation of things that go wrong. Which is kind of what's going on right now.
I think we still need to have some conversation. I'd like to reach out to, me personally, reach out to KDHE and see what their take is. I think I actually know somebody there, how they address it. Is there any, you said 103 counties, so 2 counties don't have anything.
Is it 105 or 109?
105.
105.
So I think we need to continue to do a little research. But your answer is no, we are not required. Because to me, it's the same thing. We don't require an electrical inspection. We don't require a plumbing inspection. We don't require framing inspection. Any of those types of things. So, and we don't want to.
Okay. Understood. So that's the,
Okay.
yeah, that, I guess shifting to the 2 properties that we have for possible sale.
Okay.
The big question you guys had last time was, if there's a bid, do we pay it to the city on their assessments? How does that work? I think what I got as far as researching this is that under 792804 little I, the city can purchase the property itself. They can purchase it for the amount of the taxes against it, and not, they don't, their bid, technically they could have done it at the sale, and their bid would have been full amount, but of course they wouldn't have paid themselves. They would just pay the taxes. So I don't think there's any per se requirement, but I don't think it's out of order for us to at least say, the city can buy it for whatever the taxes are, because that's the best.
Are both properties within the bounds of the incorporated city?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
we give them option 1.
you can just say, here's what the real estate taxes are minus the specials, and our fees, they get like the $65 or whatever apportionment of fees for the sale, and you just say, you know, for this, you get the primary.
Don't you think they would have already bought it if they wanted it?
Yeah, and I'm guessing that they'll say no, which is sure.
So would that be a letter that came from?
Well, I can do it, it doesn't matter, it's not really, it sure came from the treasurer, just to say, hey, we're gonna sell it by this bid process, if you want, we'll give you to do it, and
But they get first option to
Yeah.
purchase it for the taxes
yeah.
and any fees.
Yeah, and we could probably assume that they won't,
And then if they don't purchase it, so Linda, do you feel comfortable sending that out?
Yeah, I can send that.
All that stuff,
Or Lisa, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
yeah,
Lisa,
Anyway.
and then
you did, you knew what I meant.
And then they said, you know, after that, then I think it would just be clear to do the closed sealed bid or whatever.
Okay.
And that's just whatever you get,
Yeah.
and all it goes to the taxes.
Okay.
You know?
And that doesn't include the specials or anything, it's just whatever we get.
Whatever we get,
And
we
that's,
don't throw a fit.
And how many properties are there? Are they just the two?
City of Holton, City of Revitalization.
Okay.
The one in Holton has 1,129.35 specials, and the other one has 7,500.
Are we required to let the city of Holton know that they will not be getting their specials if it goes this route?
they should know that.
Okay.
I don't think we can tell them that in a letter to say, hey, this, you know, the likelihood is that the bid will be lower than the special might pay, so. But that, I mean, economically, it doesn't make much more sense. It doesn't make it probably worth more than that, so.
Okay.
It's what it is.
I'll work on it. I'll let you look at it, see if it's okay. And that,
That's it for me.
Yeah, and any of those, like the letter, if you're gonna have Todd look at it, catch him next Monday instead of
yeah. I will.
all in the flavor of trying to save money.
I will do that. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
The only thing left is, you had some questions about, Attorney General stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to defer that until Mark came back, because I got a response from him.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, and that would be just, well, there isn't any timeline on that, so we'll.
Yeah.
Just,
So we'll just wait till Mark's back next week.
okay, well, that was all I had on my list, so unless you guys got anything.
Think you're gonna have anything in this that you're gonna want? That's very minor. We'll leave you everything else. I think we're free to go. And we'll tell you, Todd, that one of the pieces of our conversation in our work session was to reorganize the time frame that you come up, and the frequency. So just it's just a conversation. So what we're talking about, and we'll let you know for sure, it would be like every other week, every other Monday, and maybe you don't show up till 10.
Yeah, no problem.
Is that, or would you rather show up at 8, be done? Because we can, again, all conversation, if you'd rather show up early, get done, and then move on down
I
the
don't
road.
think it makes that much difference.
Okay.
In reality, so.
Our thought process was, if you showed up at 10, anything that come up early,
You can hold in the city, yeah.
and we're gonna let all departments know that, you know, that type of thing, unless it's an emergency, meet you down here, and have that conversation.
It's fun. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Okay, appreciate it.
Good deal.
All right, have a good day. Steve, how are you? Good. Yeah, you guys good. Great. All right, you got some changes that you're,
Yes, this was earlier, suggested changes to the planning commission bylaws,
okay?
and it's already been approved by the planning commission. I'm not sure if the council just needs to approve it, whether it's just review it or approve it. The only two changes are on page 1 and page 3.
Okay.
Where they went from not less than 5 and more than 9 members on 2A membership
Okay.
And then on 6 attendance, they would rather have the planning commission chairperson keep track of attendance versus the zoning administrator.
Okay. Did you have any questions or thoughts on this?
The change in membership is also a reflection of the upcoming zoning regulations. So, that way they match.
Can I say that again?
The change in membership, the 5 and 9,
Not less than 5, but
yeah,
not more than
is going to
9.
match the zoning amendment coming up next month.
Right, Ms. Davidson, please.
Okay. See ya. Do you need action on this today?
I do not believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to let the chairman review it. I don't see or anticipate it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, the only changes are the 2 highlighted areas.
Yeah, but we'll wait and vote on that next Monday. We'll get you an answer, a vote then.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Things going good in your office?
Yeah.
Are you feeling comfortable?
Yes. Yes.
Any needs that you need to have?
Okay. Really.
How does it work when you need to leave and be gone? Or
Treasurer's office covers it.
the things are rolling over up there? That's
They'll do the walk-ins and then the building permits if people show up, but the other stuff, it'll wait till you get back.
okay. One of the things that I had a conversation, or we had a conversation with Kate prior to you coming on, that's on revitalization. So maybe we need to have more of a conversation with her. One of the things was DocuSign. Do you know if she's ever set that up, or?
I've heard, I know what it is, I've never used it here.
And then a separate email was supposed to be set up. I think
I know she was working on this.
that's from 6 months ago. I would think we'd have that in place by now, but.
Separate email, I think the zoning email.
So, no, the email, to give you a little history on this, there was an individual who signed up for revitalization, had sent in his,
I remember reading that in the
and
paper.
nobody read it. They didn't open the email. Because it went to a generic email. And I said, let's create a revitalization email only, and that needs to be checked on a daily basis to make sure that that doesn't happen, and let's do DocuSign. It seems silly to have somebody drive from one end of the county all the way up here to sign saying, yep, we're going to continue with this project.
Yeah.
When you can do DocuSign. I mean, so I guess I need to ask Kate to see if that's been taken care of. Really, once if somebody signs up for it, then it goes up to Kate and she handles it from there. So
I provide a lot of the supporting documents.
Correct. Yeah. But you do have an opportunity to explain to people
Yes.
how it works, and I appreciate that. So okay, that was it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. See you. Okay. Let's dive in.
So these all replace,
Just don't replace noxious weed or the shrubs. I have reprint those since we haven't done.
did the sheriff bring you back anything?
I just had the changes that John gave me.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, are we diving back into budgets and
What's that?
get ready for budgets and time we're in them?
So you want to go back over this?
Well, let's finish up what I got.
Okay.
All this junk here real quick in our minutes, and then we can go back. So I'm just making notes. We'll revisit this on Monday, the 29th with Mark, and take action. And,
Do we
So-
have minutes? Do we have minutes?
yes, there's 2 sets.
Oh.
We have a proclamation, local disaster, proclamation of state of local disaster emergency for Jackson County. So I would entertain a motion to approve that proclamation, and we'll call.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded, I second it, to approve the proclamation for emergency, disaster from the rain. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Let's see, 22nd.
She wants her baby to send the bottom.
It's the first year.
I think she wants both of them to sign her. That's what she wanted to, and she said two signatures. But he still signed his check.
Right.
Yes, just so we know what she wants.
Okay, so we're good like this, and then we'll have our time to go over these back.
Yeah. Send them, send them.
Okay, let me sign this other one, I'll give it to you.
Sorry to bother you. Okay, Mark's. Keith signed his chairman at the top. Would you want both of them to sign the bottom too?
It says commission.
Okay, so if we had, yeah, Keith signed it, since Mark's not here today. She didn't. And do you want this dated today's date, or is it signed with this extra?
You approve that?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I did it right. Okay. Sorry, thanks, Pat. She said that's fine since Mark's.
Okay. Motion to approve that, $600.
Well,
That's for upstairs, right?
right, let's see. She had different bids, I'm just. But now I can remember somebody who was not, somebody couldn't make it there until how far out, so she had several bids. She had 3 bids, she had Roush, and she had Ryan,
Yes.
but she told us somebody couldn't be there for,
Yeah, I thought it was the, yeah, this one here, Harris Construction was the one I think she wanted to go with. Did she, maybe she should run in. Brian couldn't be,
Ryan couldn't be here.
okay.
but
He is not today or sharing. And Commissioner has a couple questions.
oh, that's on the, just
Okay, that-
up through the roof. We can wait if she's in the middle.
Alright, thanks. She said if she can't come, she'll call me back. I know they have work today, so I wish she had.
We'll put that aside for now. Looks like a lawn use for New Life Church. Marty, is there? You know what?
Last year we did the suicide prevention awareness.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what it was this year, but I know that's what it was last year.
And then we have one from GN Bank.
This is where they have their dinner out there.
So, any problem with these? Entertain motion to approve the warrant use for New Life Church.
So moved.
Okay, I'll second it. We'll move to second that we approve the warrant use for New Life Church. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. And then motion for GN Bank.
So moved.
All second. We'll move to second we approve warrant use for GN Bank. All in favor say aye. All aye. All approve or all opposed, same sign. And I think we both approved this memo to send out to department heads.
Just
Short
made
and
everything
point.
short and sweet.
Yep. We had the sheriff go down and look at this one, the guy who on S Road was having some trouble. Tim,
Yes, and I think he took care of it.
you think he did?
I think he did.
So do we need to respond back to this guy officially, and I'm surprised he, yeah.
Let me check with him. Just to be sure.
Come on up. How are you?
Good.
So, you have 3 bids this week,
Yes.
okay, and the piece that we were missing was the $600 for the coating, is that right, or?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe he just did that in one bid.
Okay, yeah. And so, was it Bryant that couldn't be, he was way out,
Yeah, he said he was like a year out.
so, was it Tara,
Harris was the second cheapest.
and then, so Roush and Sons would be your bid. 7, okay. Roush was at $66.95,
Yeah, and I think,
and Harris was at $57.45. So that makes them the low bid.
yes, Harris was the,
Okay.
yeah,
And
Roush was the most expensive. I think Bryant was the least expensive and then Harris was the,
Correct. Yeah, you're right, by $45. Okay.
a little bit, yeah.
So, motion to approve the total bid of 14,000, is that what you have factored in here, 5745?
Yes,
And then Riley Electric,
yes,
the 500 for the concrete sawing,
yes.
and 600 for the Midwest Code. The
Yes.
total, the
then-
project,
Did you have the mini split too with McElroy's?
last
It was McElroy's and then,
for 7,000,
not McElroy's, the other one. Sorry.
there is McElroy's.
And then the other one that we had was Topeka. No, he was cheaper though, Modern Air. The mini split with Modern Air was cheaper than McElroy's, by quite a bit.
Let's see it. Oh, it's on the back of the other. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we just need to add that in
Yes.
to this amount, so we just need to add 35, 93. That was quick. Never mind. Okay, so total bid is going to be $14,945.53 total for everything.
So moved.
So moved. Second, and so it's been moved and seconded that we approve the bid for fourth floor attorney's office. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay. Thank you for coming down. I know you're busy.
Yes, no problem.
All right. Okay. let's do it. Do you think that the NIMS road's been handled?
I think so.
Kim never called me, but he did on the trash thing.
Maybe I'll get the two confused. No, Keith, I'm sorry, this is the one I just got. I just got this week.
Right, from Moran's office.
Yeah.
Right, but Tim was gonna see about it. We talked to him about it.
Trying to see if this involves us giving money to the state fair.
Yes, it does, in the very end.
Okay. Cost just $250. Take your time, read through it, see what you think. I don't have a problem with it. You guys can read it. Doesn't happen once every 250 years. I'm gonna give this back to you so we know we'll table that to. What do you think?
We have to create demand.
We do. I bet we have, you know, what we should have one of the creative schools.
Oh, yeah.
You guys ever read an art teacher?
Yes. Who does all the murals? What's her name? The Kate
What do you think about,
Immenschuh.
what do you think about having them come up with a banner idea and get it printed out? So we have that $250 just helps create the,
This includes the cost of the banner.
oh, it does.
Yes, the creation of a large canvas map that will display the items. Yeah, I think we just came up with the
artwork.
artwork.
Do you think she would she?
Yes.
Do you think she would do it?
I bet she did.
Do you feel comfortable reaching out to her?
I do.
If she has any questions, she can visit with us, I guess. I would think you would incorporate parts and pieces of the county, the logo, that type of thing. Maybe even the date, 1859, when we became Jackson County. We were actually a county 4 years before that, but
Give me a copy of that. This is all the second states, but it's all the states, the birds and all that stuff. It's going to Boston, Massachusetts to be displayed for
who's
my mother knew
really?
years ago.
Really?
Chad, she did it right there. Saw somewhere, sign, something close to the sign picture. And this, I got
Yeah,
that's cool. It's a big, that's
so cool. If you get an opportunity to travel there and take pictures of it, you should. I think you should.
Do you have my copy?
I think I do.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't know.
Just the 15th.
Yes.
That's why you took that. Minutes.
So do we hear any more about the oil and concrete that was?
Hey, Whitney, this is Christy. I got a message on the commissioner's answer machine down here for a lady that had Joe Gardner on 6:30. Don't know what her name is, but she'll have to put her. She has moved, so she'll have to call back. She won't take it. 785-506-2638. She didn't know the name. Yes. All right, thank you.
Approve the minutes.
Yes.
Been moved that we approve the minutes from June 15, 2026. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Replace all these. Did you want us to take these out or leave the other ones in there?
That is totally up to you, whatever's most
Okay.
confusing for you. I keep mine just for my notes.
Because we're gonna go into budget and that's everything.
Open with
Before the
minutes
session
and then,
will end
all right,
the
thanks.
meeting here.
Yes.
Did you have anything else for us, in official capacity that needs to be made? I think we've got everything covered. In the meeting. Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, been moved, second, we adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carry, all in favor, same sign. or not town hall, but,
There was just one copy of it.
okay, if you wanna look at them, I'll leave it right there. It was just a update on,
Oh,
stuff. Okay.
Okay, that's got all my notes.
okay. So I know next meeting was.